Welcome back, boys. It's Mother's Day 2021, and as we all know, Mother's Day is race day. It's when you get up early, leave before the mother of your child has gotten up, load up the KTM that she bought you, and head to the races. Life is good. The race today is the NETRA Mega Hoot at this beautiful farm down in Connecticut. Making our way into the track, I see they actually have an airstrip at the farm. Very cool. The crowd was huge. I thought maybe since it was Mother's Day there wouldn't be a million people there. That is not the case. On the start line, make sure you get all the crap out of your boot, and then listen to the master of ceremonies.
Alright guys, make sure y'all take your moms to let you come out and race today. Woo! See you back in the packers, okay? That we're all think you're in shape, but you're not. Alright, when these guys come up on you, give them some room, get out of the way, okay? You guys here, you know they're back there, they've already beat you, they've made up minutes on you.
Yeah, message received loud and clear. Pretty sure it's going to be another day of getting passed a lot, but my goal is to do 4 laps and not finish dead last. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Well, we get a crappy start, but to be honest, in a long race, for me, a long race, knowing that it's going to start out like this, I'm okay getting roosted. I'm like the videographer, you know? I get shots of all the guys out enjoying the race. Coming through what is basically start-finish here, there's this little mud section. Check out this guy on the right, okay? Plows in, and now he threw up some mud right there. That ended up right on my seat, and it was awful. It felt like I crapped my pants. I was sticking to the seat, and it was totally screwing up my timing, getting up off the bike, sitting back down. It felt disgusting. Terrible way to start my race. I actually almost stopped to clean it off, but I figured, you know what? By now, the damage is done. A little bit of early carnage off to the left there. I don't know what happened there, but pretty soon the guys from the row behind me will be catching me. I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but I know that for a fact. And they were in a hurry. To all the guys that are shouting at me, telling me to get out of the way, I'm giving you all the room in the world, you know? Just make a pass. Now for me, of course, I was making passes on these guys who crashed. Those are the kind of passes I make. If you're stopped or your handlebars touching the ground, I can probably pass you. The course was very rocky and wet. There was some overnight rain and it pooled up in a few places. Coming through here, I hit the gas, kind of like a whiskey throttle, right about here. And that was the largest throttle application all day long. Completely terrifying. I could see how if you knew how to ride, this would be a really fast bike, though. The outside observer, it probably looks like I'm trying to pass this guy. I'm definitely trying to race this guy, but I don't plan to pass him for at least another hour and 20 minutes. I want to understand the loop, and maybe he can show me how to get around here in some semblance of speed. Rough week at work, sitting at my desk like a stone. I was not feeling it on race day, but I got out here, give it my best. Alright, so I finally pushed past that guy and went straight to the C-Class playbook, which is the pass, then crash combination. It didn't work. I somehow saved it, but I wasn't done. I figure I couldn't crash on the course. Maybe I could just like ride off the side of the course right here. You see how quickly that front end gets redirected. And man, you're just trying to save the bacon. This was one of the big challenges of the day. Again, steep downhill. Of course, I aimed for the narrowest track between the tightest trees there. Knocked my handlebars, come to a full stop. It's good. There's a couple big puddles here. Not really sure what was in there. Made it through okay. Found a line that worked. It was not fast, but I did get through. Coming up out of this, there's a nice big wet root right here that I lose the front on. Cleans it right out. It was pretty treacherous for me, I have to say. The front was shooting out left and right. The rear was too, for that matter. Coming around this left here, if you look way up the trail, you'll see a guy wipe out right in front of the guy in the orange. Right here. Boom! Oh! Rolling off into the woods. He looks fine. I think I've done that a million times. And yes, we will see him again later. That big stream crossing was a bottleneck. Another one was this short climb here. It's really rocky. It's not that hard, but for some reason, everybody always gets hung up. For my part, went through it 4 times and found a different way to screw it up every single time. Pretty early in the race, already I'm gassed. Just happy to take a little break here, collect my thoughts, and go when the time is right. Okay, there's a gap. All right, hit it. Go. Right up. Oh, this is looking good. We're all through, and it's oh. That was like every time there was something like that. So that climb opens on to one of the grass track sections. There were a couple, and throughout the course of the day I got a lot better at them, but usually at the beginning I would lose the front, like right there. And you're going fast enough, you don't want to lose the front, believe me. Back into the woods here, and life lesson: when you see a puddle like this, go to the uphill side because water flows downhill. See that line on the left? The earth is much more solid, packed down. Next time through, I'm heading that way for sure. I got some footage of race winner Brian Dussault through this section. Interesting to compare me taking this next right and the straight to him. Dussault is doing about 55 here, and for my part, I'm getting passed up the inside by that guy on an XR 200. Oh boy. This guy on the left seeding the trail, he hears the bikes behind me. I don't. You know the drill. Totally pinched that guy on the left, whoever that is. I apologize. Ah, man, did not know there were 3 of you. You see how quickly that could go bad, though. Just don't know that guy is there. Alright, it wasn't all other guys passing me. Sometimes I was doing the passing.
Get out of my way, stand aside. Get out of my way, stand aside. A SEAL team member is coming by. A SEAL team member is coming by. Get out of our way, we're coming through. Get out of our way, we're coming through. And if you don't, gonna mess with you. If you don't, gonna mess with you. If you're smart, don't mess with me. If you're smart, don't mess with me. 'Cause we're the sons of unity. We're the sons of unity.
Well, I don't know if I'm a son of UDT, but I was definitely getting wet today. Man, these were deep, and you just don't know what's in there. The fast guys just blast through, take their chances. I just go slow and take my chances. This is a good example of a C-class pass. This guy is stalled out, no feet on the pegs, and he comes back across the trail and I just like slam the door on him. Not on purpose. I just can't do anything but go straight. Ooh, a little bump there, but look, we're about 35 minutes in, halfway through the second lap, and as an older gentleman who sits at a desk all day, I am worked. I do not understand. I usually have a little more stamina than this, but I just got to take like a time out here. My doctor told me that my max heart rate is about 170, so I think I'm clinically dead at this point. I go to get going, I've had my rest. You see my heart rate is all the way back down to 173. Should be fine. Here we go. I was kind of chuckling because as soon as I got going again, it was right back into this impossible section that was guaranteed to peg my heart rate once again. There is no escape. You hear the big sigh there. Not unusual to expend all that effort and then have another guy's wipeout set me back and put me off course again. It was tough. Once again, showing my instinct for failure here, I veer off into the right between these two trees where my bars basically don't fit. I don't understand. The line to the left clearly better. I don't know what I'm doing. To be fair, I can barely see at this point, so that might have something to do with it. You'll remember that this is that short climb that I managed to find a new way to screw up every time. Oh, just wait for it. Alright, I take it back. It wasn't completely awful, but still, not clean. A little bit of a close call there, but of all the sections of grass track, I remember this one the best because right here I actually almost moved to the right to see the trail. Boom! That would have been bad. Some more awesome C-Class racing here. This is the Apex kill switch. Pick up 2 spots there, and then I think I pretty promptly hand one back as we both get the daylight scared out of us by some guy doing a wheelie. I don't know what that guy's doing out here. He's obviously a pro rider. That same section from Trailside. These guys got through it a lot cleaner than I did. Of course, they're all A-riders, so they ought to. Oh, this part was awesome. So there's this little wall that I saw on the course when I drove in, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? I'm going to grab a set and I'm just going to launch off that thing. And check it out, man. I just roll right off the edge. All right, still running in 9th place, and I gotta tell you, I was thinking like maybe 3 laps is really the answer today. I was feeling like this guy, just gonna pull over, and I thought, oh, I'll shoot right between these trees. Boom! There are branches on that tree. So looking at my lap times, I'm thinking we're about an hour in, and I'm trying to find that second wind. I got the heart rate down, sort of, and tried to just put in some steady, consistent speed, which is not something I'm capable of. But I was trying to at least be consistent and relax. It's not easy when you got to go through stuff like this, though. This is why it's important not to freak out. I crash, I drop this guy, he's just trying to ride his race, causing all kinds of problems out here. I get going again pretty easily. I think I will just let this gentleman go about his way. We come up here and what are all these guys doing? They're all just sitting around? What is going on? Now, it was around about this time I started getting caught by, I think, the leaders of the women's class. I have no pride when it comes to that, but for some reason, I really wanted to follow them. I found like a tractor beam pulling me toward them. They're smooth, they take good lines. It was really starting to get me into that flow state. Thank you guys, appreciate it.
I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you.
This must be women's second place, bombing in from the right here. But again, same thing. I mean, this just pulled me right along. It was awesome. She picked this little line to the right. I was like, hey, it's actually a nice little line over there. I'm going to do that too. All was good. I was really starting to get back. The second wind was there, moving right along, enjoying the race. We all know what happens when you combine flow state with low skill though, right? Disaster is never far behind.
Good?
Oh, that was difficult. Check the root coming off of that tree. You see it right there. Front goes over it, and then the rear hooks, boom, and bang. That was a heavy hit, boys.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Well, guys, I'm sad to say that in every racer's life, there comes a time when going on just isn't worth it. And this was not one of those times. I was not totally convinced it was right to keep going, but I kept going, and I immediately got put into this massive rock garden and dumped on the ground again. But look at all these guys. I'm passing those guys, right? Gotta be doing something, right? I may have been doubting the wisdom of my choice at this point. It's a little hectic. Things were not going according to plan. I remember thinking that the shortest way to the exit is just to keep going, and so I did keep going. I was kind of confused, see these guys off on the side of the trail, and I think maybe I'm actually doing all right. I don't know, but the heart rate was absolutely pegged. Those boys give every appearance of being in a dogfight. Let's see how they do, see how long I can keep up with them. Now, as I think I've established, my preferred line here is to wedge it in between the two really tight trees on the right, and the guy helping is like, what? You want to go here? Hell yeah. I love that song. Never thought I'd use it in a dirt bike race, but you know what? Soon enough, another song came to mind.
Your available balance is $478,862.47. For your last 10 transactions, please press 1.
Like a boss. Oh yes, I keep the bankroll.
Guys, I couldn't believe it. I legitimately had a second wind. I started to get momentum. I started to feel confident. I think it was maybe that mild concussion I suffered a few minutes before, but even in the grass track, I'm starting to ride kind of like you're supposed to do it. I don't stop in the middle of the turn, for example. That's huge progress. This was unexpected. And then I knew soon enough I'd be on my fourth and final lap. From there on, the race was charmed. It got so good, people were even taking branches out of the trail for me. It was unbelievable. At the end of the day, massive effort for me. The heart rate pegged almost the whole time. Even my watch told me I was doing a little bit too much. Tell you what though, I finished above the red line. That means I did my 4 laps. I did not finish dead last. Put that down as a victory. And of course, thanks to my wife, she and my own mother, 2 of the greatest moms of all time, gave me one of the greatest Mother's Days of all time. Thank you. Love you both.